You know, we're all looking for that spark, right? That feeling of being truly motivated and fulfilled. But what if the secret isn't about grinding harder or piling on more goals? Today we're diving into some fascinating science that connects our motivation to a practice you might have thought was just for, chilling out. Mindfulness.
So let's start with this big question. Really let it sink in. What if feeling truly fulfilled in your life isn't about getting more stuff or more accomplishments, but about changing how you pay attention to what's already there? What if the key to a richer life is already inside you, just waiting for you to notice?
All right, to really get a grip on this, we've got to be on the same page. So first, let's nail down what mindfulness actually is, from a scientific point of view. Then, we'll connect it to the very engine that drives us forward, our motivation.
Okay, first things first. Forget any idea you have about emptying your mind. That's not it. The real definition of mindfulness is all about receptive awareness. And those two words at the end are absolutely crucial, without judgment. It's not about battling your thoughts. It's about learning to watch them float by without getting carried away.
And this is why mindfulness is so much more than just a relaxation technique. Think of it like building an internal support system, a superpower, really. And as we're about to see, it directly feeds these deep, fundamental psychological needs that every single one of us has.
So what are these core needs I'm talking about? Well, we're going to use a really powerful framework from psychology called self-determination theory to break down the three universal drivers of human thriving. I like to think of it as the arc of fulfillment.
Now, self-determination theory, or SDT for short, is a total game changer for understanding what makes us tick. The idea is actually pretty simple, but it's so profound. Just like a plant needs sunlight, water, and good soil to grow, we humans have three essential psychological nutrients that we absolutely need to flourish.
And here they are, the ARC. A is for autonomy, that feeling that you are the author of your own life, that you're in the driver's seat. R is for relatedness, that deep human need for genuine connection with other people. And C is for competence, the feeling that you're effective, that you're capable, that you can make an impact on your world. So let's kick things off with autonomy. How on earth can simply noticing your thoughts, without judging them, actually make you feel more in control of your life? I know, it sounds like a paradox, but the connection is actually incredibly direct.
Here's the magic. Practicing mindfulness is like flipping on a light switch inside your own mind. Suddenly, you start to see what's really going on in there, your actual thoughts, your genuine feelings, your core values. And when you can see all that clearly, you can start making choices that are truly yours instead of just reacting to whatever life throws at you.
And this is a really big deal because it completely changes the quality of your motivation. You start shifting away from doing things because you feel pressured or guilty, and you start doing things because they genuinely interest you or align with your values. It's the game-changing difference between, ugh, I have to do this, and wow, I want to do this. But it doesn't stop with autonomy. This superpower of mindful awareness also gives a serious boost to our sense of connection with others, and our feeling of, being good at what we do. So check this out. For relatedness, being mindful helps you really tune in and listen to other people, which, let's be honest, is the secret sauce for any deep connection. And for competence, it helps quiet down that nagging inner critic and just focus on the task in front of you, which naturally helps you perform better.
And look, this isn't just a nice theory. We've got the data. This chart comes from a massive study on mindfulness in the workplace, and it shows a really clear, strong connection between being mindful and feeling satisfied in all three of those core needs. But look at this. In a work setting, the strongest link is to competence. That means mindfulness literally helps people feel more effective and capable at their jobs.
Okay, so we've established that it works. But now the really interesting question is, how? What's actually shifting inside our heads to make all this happen? Let's peel back the layers and go from being on autopilot to being the author of our lives.
This study is one of my favorites because it's so simple. Researchers had people just wash dishes, but one group was told to do it mindfully, to really pay attention to the smell of the soap, the warmth of the water, the feel of the plates. The tasks didn't change one bit, but their experience of it totally did. They actually felt more inspired and less nervous. That's the whole secret. Mindfulness doesn't change your life, it changes your experience of your life.
This is the fundamental shift we're talking about. So much of our day, we're just running on autopilot, right? We're reactive, we're driven by pressure, we're caught up in all that ego drama. Mindfulness is the switch. It lets us shift into mindful mode, where we become the calm observer of our own mind, we act from our values, and we're intentional with our actions.
And this practice leads to something incredible, something researchers actually call thought autonomy. It's not about controlling your thoughts. It's about having the freedom to choose which thoughts you believe and act on. You start to realize, oh, a thought is just a thought. It doesn't have to be the boss of you.
So if you take one thing away today, let it be this. Mindfulness isn't about escaping life or numbing yourself to its challenges. It's the absolute opposite. It's a tool that helps you engage with your life, the good parts, the tough parts, and even the boring parts, more fully, more authentically, and way more satisfyingly.
So we've seen how powerful this can be. But here's a final, really fascinating question to leave you with. What if different types of mindfulness practices are like different keys for different locks? Could one specific practice be the key to unlocking creativity, while another is the key for deep compassion? The science is just beginning to ask these questions, and honestly, the possibilities are just incredible to think